The Sports Source is brought to you by Fast Frame, with exciting Vol sports prints now available.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Próspero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
This is the Sports Source, presented by Bill Hotz and Associates, and by Renewal by Anderson, with your host, John Pennington.
Good Christmas Eve morning to you. Thanks for being with us. People have been asking, I've literally gotten emails. They're like, where are the dancing elves and jib-jab things? And we haven't done them usually we do it through the whole season, but thought we'd save it up for our Christmas special. That's what you're watching, presented by Renewal by Anderson today here on the Sports Source. Thanks for joining us. We hope to make your day a bright start here for the Christmas season. We're going to talk a lot of Tennessee sports, but we do it with a holiday twist. Questions kind of wrapped in holiday movies, holiday carols, holiday songs, you name it, we got it. And we're going to talk about a lot of stuff with a big group of people. Hope you'll have fun as you join us this segment of our program, brought to you by the folks at Renewal by Anderson, and they want to wish you a wonderful Christmas tomorrow and a safe and happy holiday season. We thank them for bringing you the Sports Source in 2017, along with Bill Hotz and Associates. Those are the two lead dogs on this program, and we certainly appreciate them. All right, and then here are the dogs in the rear. We got Bob Hodge, Josh Ward, Mike Strange, and Chuck Cavaleris. And Chuck, that was just your natural face. I swear I did not go looking for the worst possible picture I could find.
You know, the irony of that, John, I'm just back from a cruise to Mexico, so I think that actually happened.
There you go. All right.
We practiced that for a bunch, didn't we?
Well, we did. That.
We
All right.
did.
All right. As I said, we're going to do. I got to stop saying all right. I got to start saying all right. We're going to do our Christmas spirit thing here today. I'm going to start with a question for Bob and Josh, and let's go ahead. Question number one. There you go. Will Philip Fulmer be able to play Rudolph and lead the UT athletic department out of about a 12-year fog? Since 2005, Dickey left, football kind of fell in. Can Philip Fulmer fix the athletic department? Will he? Not can he, will he?
Will he? Gosh. I'm going to go with no. And I just think the reason is that Tennessee has just gotten to the point where everybody, the fans, they don't like to give gifts, they like to give coal. And nothing is good enough. I've made the prediction, Jeremy Pruitt's on the hot seat in October of 2019. I just think that everything around here has gotten so negative, it's going to be hard for somebody to pull it out.
I think the answer no makes the most sense. I will say, first of all, I'll say the cop-out answer is that it will at least feel for a while like Philip Fulmer is leading them out of the abyss of where they've been as an athletic department. But also I'll say that basketball, I think, is in a place where Philip Fulmer walks into it being in pretty good shape. The Lady Vols, the Lady Vols have also taken a nice step. Tony Vitello is going to have plenty of time with baseball over several years at least to try to get things in the right direction. Softball's great. So I'll say that Philip Fulmer walks into actually a pretty good position for a new athletic director.
But football is the begin all and end all.
For sure.
If it doesn't work, the other stuff just doesn't seem to be as important.
I would say no, though, because I think it's too big for one guy to fix. I think you've got this whole booster war thing, and this, has somebody been toppled? Does that person make a comeback? Does somebody in there pull their money? Which, let me tell you, that would be serious. So for all the people saying, I hope they just get out and take their money. No, you don't. So I think there is a lot more at play, not just with Philip Fulmer. I think it's too big for any. I think I would have said the same thing about John Curry or David Blackburn, too. I just think you've got a lot of issues to fix, and it's going to take more than just one guy. Just my take. All right, Mike and Chuck. Let's talk about the guy that Philip Fulmer replaced. A lot of people thought he was as cuddly as cuddly as a cactus. He was as charming as an eel. But does anyone feel sorry for John Curry?
I do. Yeah, I'm a soft touch, tree-hugging, bleeding heart type guy. Yeah, he's probably going to get a nice settlement from Tennessee because of the way things went down. But this was a really career Titanic hitting the iceberg for him. He left Kansas State to come back here. That's a big move. And he had done some good things, some popular things since he got here, and yet the worst coaching search in history will be, tagged with his name on
What
it.
he's remembered for. Yeah, I said so at the time, John. I said, I do feel sorry for him. It was up to a certain point until it was like when things really started, when the train jumped the tracks as bad as it did. But, I mean, he was only on the job 8 months to the day. And if anybody was set up to fail, I think John Curry was set up to fail.
Well, you look at it, and as Mike said, people had started to get behind him. They liked the Vitello hire. They really liked Lady Vols' name coming back. People were starting, you'd see the social media. It's like, well, I think he might be better than we thought. And then came Schiano. Well, then came the delayed firing of Butch Jones, and that started it. Because people were ticked off, and you just kept them tickier. You got them ticked and ticked more. And then you have that Schiano announcement that they just would not take. So
And then
I feel a little sorry for him.
Yeah, I do too.
Now, you talk to people over there in the athletic department, though. There are a lot of people that say he just sat in his second floor office, didn't come out and talk to the common man, and they were ready to revolt.
Was up there looking down on Whoville. So
That's right. That's right. All right, last question here for Josh. As the Christmas Carol says, the hopes and fears, let's go ahead and sell this one. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. Well, after Wednesday's early signing period, are you more hopeful or more fearful of the signing class Tennessee will line up in February?
Yeah, I think hope was created on Wednesday by Tennessee's new coach. As he's in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, getting ready for Alabama's playoff, he's able to still get a player away from Alabama and tight end Dominique Wood-Anderson, a junior college tight end. So the other guys, you go to Memphis and get Jerome Carvin and Jeremy Banks, offensive lineman and running back. Those are nice gets, but I think also kind of expected. Wood-Anderson was not expected to choose Tennessee. So he delayed his announcement and ends up going with the Vols. I think getting that level of a player away from an SEC rival, that creates more hope for Tennessee fans heading toward February.
And regardless of what you think about the specific quarterback they got, they did need one, and now they have one in the bag at least in terms of JT Shroud.
That was a must, yeah, sure. Add him to the list. You look at his offer list, it's not incredibly impressive. He has the skill set to potentially be a good quarterback, but Tennessee had to get one after going away from Michael Penix. And with Adrian Martinez going to Nebraska, Tennessee had to get a quarterback, and it did.
All right, very good, guys. When we come back, this is the way we're going to play it. It's UT questions based on what we've seen this past year, and we twist it with a little holiday fun. We drop a little cheer on it. Eggnog, if you will. And the thing that we talk about next, football and basketball, because we're bringing in VFL Will Overstreet and former Vol staff member Mark Pancratz. So come on back on the other side of this break on the Sports Source.